We have an exciting new shoe for you here, the highly anticipated update to the Torin 5 and 6. This is the new Torin 7, and it's a good one. Hey guys, this is Junior. Welcome back to the Runnergy Runner's Desk here. Okay, so let's talk about the new Torin 7 from Altra. This is the new replacement to the Torin 5 and 6. And that is this guy right here, which you can see I've worn a little bit, not a lot, and you'll find out why. So we're going to start from the bottom up, and that is the outsole here. And the outsole does not seem to be too much different from the previous one. So I think you're going to look at the pretty similar wear on the bottom of the shoe. Now on the previous one, it was black here and then red and then black in different spots. So I'm kind of guessing that usually means that the black is like a more high abrasive carbon material and the red is more of a softer material. I am not sure on whether the reasoning this is all one color. Maybe it's all just one higher abrasive material. So possibly the durability on the bottom here might be better on this tread. And if so, that will be nice, because I do tend to, as you can see on my paradigm here, I tend to go through the heel pretty quickly. Not that it stops me from running on the shoe. So, all right, so that is the outsole. Okie dokie. We are going to move on to the midsole here, which is this white part of the shoe. Right in here, we call that the midsole. And this is the first place where you're going to see a really big update on the new one here. It is 2 millimeters thicker across the shoe. And remember, these are Altras, so that means the same from the ball of the foot all the way to the heel. So as opposed to on the previous two models, it was 28 millimeters midsole stack height. We are moving up, or I should say Altra is moving the Torin up to 30 millimeters in the ball all across the whole bottom of the shoe. So it should definitely feel a little bit more cushioned, and whether it's from that or not, I can tell you it is definitely more cushioned. That is one of my complaints on the previous Torin 5 and on the Torin 6. I never felt like this was all that cushy. In fact, I actually argued with a few people that my paradigms here I thought were, to me, the most cushioned shoe for road running, other than racing, their racing shoe. But yeah, I thought this was more cushioned than the Torin. And if you know who you are, then you are going to disagree with me on that. But anyway, there is no question on this one. This is very well cushioned. I like the cushioning on the new one. That 30 millimeters is noticeable. And that is the first place you're going to really see an improvement on the new shoe. Let's go from the midsole here to the upper. That is the fabric part on the top of the shoe here. We call the upper, and this is where I think you're going to see quite a bit of change from the 5 and 6. I think the fit is tremendously better, although I do think it's a little bit almost too snug across this midfoot here, across the instep here. That's the top of the foot, or some may say like the top of the arch. It is rather snug in here, not just by me, but according to a few customers that I have put this on. One of them actually couldn't get the shoe on because it was so snug in the midfoot here. So if you got a low instep, or you have a thing of slipping here, so the shoe really fits pretty snugly in this midsection here, compared to the previous one here. So let's see. Other thing on the upper here is, if anyone you have had the Torin 5 and 6s, look at this thing here. Look at all the creasing that this shoe did on the 5 and at least on the 6 here. It just creased on me everywhere. This is actually the better foot. I should have actually grabbed the other foot, but this thing just creased everywhere. I have not had any of that issue on The new one, of course, it's too new to tell, but I mean, right off the bat, that one would crease in. And of course, it has the little shark fin back here, makes it really easy to get on. Actually, it helps with getting them off as well. And the lacing pattern looks simple enough that it doesn't take a manual to figure out how to lace up the shoe and so forth, so that's really nice. And moving along here, because there's really not too much else, there's a pretty simple upper. It's very breathable, and it does its job. It looks, I think, looks really good, much more clean than the previous ones. We're getting to it. We're getting to it. I can't wait to get to this. This is it. Are you ready? The tongue. Yes, the tongue. It doesn't cut into the foot anymore. Good gosh, Gertie, love of God. Oh, come on. Here we go. Look, the tongue on the, if you had this, you know the tongue on this shoe, and the 5 and the 6 both were just among the worst tongues on any running shoe I have ever tried on. I would argue and say the worst tongue I've ever tried on any shoe. I didn't even have to tell customers, and they would put it on and literally a few minutes later go, it's not real comfortable right here. It's like pushing in or whatever. I'm like, you don't say. Really? Yeah. And I didn't even pay you to say that. No, I'm so happy to hear it is really comfortable on this new version Torin 7. The tongue is really, really nice on here. So I think all in all, it's a really nice update. At least it's looking to be a very nice update. I would say the only couple things that I would be of any concern here is the snugness that it fits in the instep here. If you got a high instep, you might have some trouble getting in this shoe. Or maybe the people that tried it on, including myself. I mean, I do have a fairly high instep. It was pretty snug in here. Mind you, I did try on the women's instead of the men's. What else could I say on here? There is one thing I didn't mention on the midsole here, and that is this. It is nice and broad right in here, which is really nice and really, really nice if you're a midfoot striker and you land, that's where you are. But if you land on your heel like I do sometimes, or you walk and run like I do, or you just walk, like, you don't have to be a runner to wear this shoe. If you're, a walker as well, I personally prefer the old Torins that had this wider base on the bottom. This is a much bigger size, and look how much narrower the girth of that shoe is compared to this. I really wish Altra would make it a little bit wider in here. It would make the shoe, I think, more stable and so forth. I mean, it is fairly stable, but it would be even just that much more, and less likely somebody who has like a little bit lower arch or a flat arch, even less likely they would hang over the shoe. My foot would do, this, sometimes in this shoe when I was walking, which is why when the Torin 5 came out, I went to the Paradigm, because the Paradigm has this really nice wider base. So if you have a flatter arch, or you just know that you maybe overpronate, or maybe you just prefer a more straight shape shoe here underneath the arch, then you may want to stick with the Paradigm like I do. So we'll see. I'm going to be getting a pair of these guys hopefully soon, and I will be updating you on my experience. I'm going to try to make this my daily shoe instead of the Paradigm for a little bit. I mean, these shoes are kind of getting a little done here. Not that it would stop me from running on them. So anyway, that is my take here on the new Torin 7. It looks really good. It's still priced at $150, which is nice to see. There are a lot of colors. I would try to put a screenshot of the men's and the women's colors for you to check out. And anyway, I think that is it. I'm going to take a quick look at my notes here. Oh yeah, actually I forgot. It actually is, I guess, thumbs up or something from the American Podiatric Medical Association. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. Most of the podiatrists I know don't flock to this shoe they're concerned about the zero heel lift in the back. You know, you can always lift it up with something, doctors. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway, this has been Junior here at the runner's desk at Runnergy. Go check out the Torin 7. I think this is a definite thumbs up from me at this point. And thanks for watching. Check out the subscribe and all that good stuff. It does help the channel. I do this. This is not an affiliate YouTube channel type thing. I literally do this just so I can share some information with you on product and training and all that stuff. So thanks again. Go check out the Torin 7. I think it's a great update. I think it's going to be a big shoe for them. And you'll see me on the next video. Now, I won't see you while we sit through the camera, but you'll see me on the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.